What's up, guys? In this video, you're going to learn how to sell out your in-person event using meta ads. I'm going to be going through a case study of a client that I did this for recently who sells marathons. He actually did my coaching program, and I walked him through how to set up this very basic campaign, and he got tremendous results. We were able to fill up his entire marathon, and we were able to get a 5.64 ROAS, so sold about $7,600 worth of marathon tickets. They were able to do a 5K, 10K, half marathon, or full marathon between the cost of $40 and $90 to sign up for it, but $1,300 is all we had to spend in order to fill up his event. The purchases and the cost per result are skewed. I will let you know it was counting the purchase as people who started the checkout process rather than finished the checkout process. It was just automatically doing that. I did try to change it, but Facebook just wanted to count people who started the sign up process as purchases for whatever reason. But 5.64 ROAS is amazing. So let's break it down. The other thing that is incredible with this right off the bat is this $5.16 CPM. I've never seen it that low for a sales campaign. The only time I've ever seen CPM that low is by running a traffic campaign or engagement campaign, certainly not a sales. So Facebook really loved the ads we created, and even more so, the product that we were selling. For the targeting, we actually only had to put in the locations that we wanted to show the ad to, and we use this really nifty tool here, this drop pin feature. You can drop a pin, and then you can change the mileage to whatever you want, and that makes it so you can get the exact areas that you want to target rather than putting in just cities or zip codes or whatever else you do. I really like this drop pin feature. We also excluded Mexico just because one of our pins went a little bit over the border, so we just wanted to make sure that it was only for the US. And then very importantly, for those of you running these local events, make sure you keep this off checked, okay? Reach more people likely to respond to your ads. Sounds great. All it means is that we're going to treat this as a suggestion. So if we want to show the ads to people who live up here or over here, we're going to do it. So if you're like, no, this is very strict that we want to show to these areas, make sure that is off checked. And then we've got the age set to 25 to 65. Generally pretty good for most sales campaigns and for most businesses to at least go to 21, even 25. Just as a quick tip though, I probably should have done it for this client. I usually like to go to 24 because everyone says 25. Literally, so many people I work with are like 25 to 45, 25 to 50. They always do those whole numbers or like on the 5 or the 0. And because of that, there's like a bunch of 24-year-olds not getting ads. So I usually like to open it up one more age than whatever you're initially thinking. And that was it. We didn't even put in the demographics here because I would not recommend that you do interest-based targeting. You should just do open targeting where you just leave this empty, and as long as you write a caption that is as clear as day for what you are selling, then your targeting is going to be perfect. So that is one of the biggest keys to this campaign is clarity, and it is the most important thing in all marketing. If you subscribe to my channel, which you should do right now, you will learn that as long as you have the most clear marketing that you can possibly have, you will always have a solid chance for getting sales because the lack of clarity is an instant no sale. So look at the ads real quick. How impossible would it be to misconstrue what is being sold to you? This ad did the best, even the simplest of them. That's pretty much a rule that I have. The simplest ad to give the minimum amount of information necessary to get a sale is usually the ad that wins. They didn't need a video of the founder of this race explaining what's going to happen and all of the benefits of the race, and they're going to get a goodie bag, and we're going to have water stations along the way. They didn't need anything like that in the ad. We are selling to runners who already want to buy marathons. So I want to detail how important the product itself is here, because this kind of ROAS only happens when you're selling something that a very easy to target audience already wants to buy. There are so many runners out there. Facebook knows who they are because they post it all over their social media. So they're super easy to target, and we're selling them a marathon or a half marathon or a 5K or a 10K. There are so many of them that just auto sign up. They already want to buy it. And if you want to run some holistic retreat that is very niche, it might do amazing or it might not do great. But I want you to know that the main reason for it getting results or not isn't about the ad or the copywriting. It is so much more so the price of your event and what your event is called. So if you're not getting great results from ads, fixing the ads and doing some things to improve them is always a great idea. But you should also know that at a certain point, if you've run a bunch of different ads and nothing's working, no matter what you do, video or image, no matter what the price is, you need to either sell your product to a different audience, or you need to retitle your program or the cost of it or the length of it. Something about the offer itself needs to change in order to get better results, because look at how simple these ads are. I'm not doing clever copywriting. Run a 5K up to a full marathon that finishes at the beautiful Huntington Beach. That's how that one starts, and how the caption starts does most of the results of the caption. Ready to run a 5K, 10K, half, or full marathon in 2025. How can it be even any more clear than that? All right, that's what you should focus on. Marketing that is as clear as day, and then just sell a product that people were already going to buy to a clearly defined audience. If you do that, you have so much room for messing things up, or for doing things dead simple like this with a simple ad that you don't need to get on video and explain all of these things. I will say, if you're doing a holistic retreat that is very niche and you can't condense it into like a flyer type post like this, it's probably a good idea to get on video. If you're selling something that requires a lot of trust in you, like a Facebook ads coach like myself, then you probably want to get on video because they need to put a face to the brand. But otherwise, for a lot of you events, I would always tell you to try this. Try an image that could not be more clear, that is the fewest amount of information possible in order to get sales. You're going to want to check out another video on my channel on how to make creatives. It's called 4 Easy E-Commerce Ads That Almost Always Sell is the title of the video. Watch that video if you want to learn how to make simple images like this that sell, because this looks super simple, but a lot of you might try to throw this together and it doesn't look good in the end. So like one of the rules that I'm following here is I have 3 levels of text. You never exceed that. That's one of my rules. There's a bunch of rules that I encourage people to follow to create graphics that are simple like this, but they look professional. It doesn't look like a crappy image that was just thrown together, even though it was. But I'm following a bunch of little tricks actually in order to create this simple design that looks super professional. For those of you out there like me that aren't really gifted designers, but we know how to follow a set of rules and we know what looks good. Once it's done, we know if it looks good or not. As long as you can do that, then you'll be doing great. But we put a very simple headline. We even put the price in the description because it started at $40. And just to show you the page that it went to, we went to just straight up to the checkout process, and then they can sign up for it, and they had a bunch of stuff to go through, and we still got a ton of people to sign up. Again, we got a 5.64 ROAS, and the beauty of this is that now he has all of those emails of people who signed up that he can just email the next time to fill up this race. So for events, some of you might just have to run ads for a few years, and then if you get enough clients and you're still going to do the event and turn it into some kind of annual event, you might get to a point where you can just fill up the event with your past emails and then their referrals, and there you go. Or you don't have to do as much ads at least. At each year, you can do just ads to fill up the remainder of your event is what it's so great for. But especially if you're just getting started, you don't need a social media following. You don't need a big email list. You can just run ads even if you're brand new, and you can fill up your event. People don't really care if you have a ton of followers. Other things to note about this would be that, man, it really is that simple. It really is that simple of a campaign. I'm going to actually just stop it there. Make sure you're subscribed to the channel and book a call with me below if you would like either done with you or done for you ad services. So I can either teach you how to run your own ads yourself, or I will run them for you and just take a percentage of what we sell for you so that you can always afford it. That's what I got for you today. I'll see you in the next video.